Hey y'all, so I'm a bit sick right now, my voice sounds bad, and I apologize for that, but I wanted to get this video out regardless. So today I'm going to be going over a handful of notes that I wrote to myself when I was half awake or otherwise very tired. Most of these are just like little thoughts I had, and the others are dream journal entries. I'll be adding those in separately though. I don't remember writing most of these down. I have a bad memory, especially when I'm very tired, so I don't really have any context I can provide. However, they are still incredibly funny, and clearly I did write them. So, with all that being said, I'll see you at the end of the video. If I ever went to jail and became a mob boss, I'd be cackled Big Labubu. I've got so many mental problems, I'm not comorbid. I'm comorbidly obese, dog. Kill all men. Okay, but if we kill all men, then what happens to Mpreg? Non-binary people are like, gender? Hardly know her. Mormons had polycules before it was cool. God giveth, God taketh away boobs. Spronkle. If girls can be him, I am too. Therapy, baby, you should get some. Steven Universe is just gay and more palatable. Steven Universe. Balls. Life is lame. I want to read yaoi fanfic. Single father who sends you minion memes. Yeah, baby, I'm on my shit again. I win, yeah. Kanye West made a song calling someone broke, I think Estelle, and made fun of them for never going to a British shop called Apple's. It was a grocery store. And the song ended with him saying that he's never been either, and when you re-listen to the song, it's super obvious he'd never been either. Appropriately sized marital issues. Matt Rhodes was quitting because he had spinal trauma and lung issues from doing stunt smoking, and this wasn't the type of chef he'd set out to be. He looked way older and different. Longer hair, more chiseled facial features. It was weird, man. Mel X Mouse Yuri. FlamingCheerios.com. I had a dream I saw Butch Hartman in a mall doing like a speech at a desk, and nobody showed up and I bullied him. I was trying to make butter out of butter rocks. They were semi-soft stones with a yellowish hue and they melted into butter. Problem is, they had other rock bits and sediments in them and you had to strain them out once it was melted. I also grew spaghetti, I think. Then something bad happened. I don't know what. There was a new term in the gaming community called a forage, and it meant you found a new cool indie character. People kept posting characters being like, look at my forage. We were trapped in an abandoned, scary frat house full of fursuits. The only way to escape was to wear a fursuit and make the 2-story jump off the balcony. Beverly Hills Chihuahuas. Chapel Roan died in a car crash at 36. Was grieving her. I went to a thrift shop with some Lamerica members. Crusoe was there, and I bought a little folding CD player for $9.96. It was like a big 3DS. There was on it for some reason, and it was dented on the front, which was why it was so cheap. Mars Rover brought me boxed Furby booms. I dreamt I got a rare $80,000 snake for free at some reptile stand because it had burns on the tail. Started with a D. Wasn't a real species. Was the perfect symmetrical snake, whatever the fuck that means, and was floppy and wrinkly. Okay, note from recording me, it just sounds like I'm talking about a penis. I don't think that that's what the dream was about, but that's fully describing a penis, so I have to address that. I did notice that. Thank you. I comforted a sad red panda. I think she could talk. I want to say it was like a divorce or something. She was soft and I pet her head. She was crying and felt kind of cold. Nicki Minaj sucked a lot and couldn't sing a Mitski song, and we were kind of into school. The one I keep coming back to in dreams. The smaller one. And she caused the death of an astronaut because it, space chips, small, was assembled faultily, I guess. I don't know what she had to do with it. Something about sunglasses in the roof compartment of a car. I had a nightmare that Hatsune Miku was redesigned and was like really fucking boring and lame. Like, they gave her all gray clothes and short brown hair. What the fuck? Why? I was saving Furbies that are sentient from evil Walmart that was killing them, and I was also collecting them, and I was like running through long corridors in like an almost empty liminal Walmart, and there was just one shelf full of toys and some Furbies at the end. And like, some of the Furbies didn't like me and wanted to go back to Walmart. They're also really, really cheap, like 77 cents or $7.99. I'd still have to revive them by putting batteries in. Some were Furby's Booms and some were like 1998 to 1999 models. My dad was there too. I think I was in New York City. There was a Rhydon Pokemon giving a stand-up comedian show about how his wife left him because Voltorbs kept evolving. Whole crowd was Voltorbs. I was the world's fastest swimmer/runner, Lana Del Rey. Everyone else was a buff man. Grandpa bred anoles, geckos, and grasshoppers. I had an abusive manager that tried to force me to stop wearing leotards. I went to a big school party in weird, futuristic buildings. Sideways water. Kamala Harris did plagiarism, but everything is in the style of a cartoon. Think Wander Over Yonder, Powderpuff Girls, that style. Had a dream that I got in a feud with an underwear brand that also made pee-pee, because they are underwear were badly made, but the CEO was like, no, making them this way is cheaper. I don't care. Was also in some like war bunker type situation in my house in Hawaii. Had a dream that there was an Undertale movie, and then they made a Deltarune movie, and everyone was mad because they gave Sans boobs and an ass, and everyone was saying it was worse than Hell of a Boss because it was pandering to Rule 34. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed that silly little short video. Hopefully my voice will be back to normal soon, so I do apologize for the voiceover on this one. I hope you maybe found some amusement in my nonsensical words. Have a lovely day, y'all. Goodbye, my piss gremlins and fart goblins. See ya.